The next thing we'll do is take a couple different approaches to doing different types of builds. Right now we're currently connected to the machine. As you can see, it says that there is FTX gray in the machine and that the machine is idle. I'm getting ready to slice and prepare this build, and I'll go ahead and turn on a range, and I'll do one last check of everything just to make sure everything's on the up and up. Everything fits inside of here well, and I'm just going to turn on this tool over here, which allows me to sort of slide this slider up and down and preview different parts of the build at different points during the build. And so this is exactly how the machine is going to produce the parts. And with this tool I can sort of slide through here and see if there happens to be any isolated surfaces that may or may not build. Here you can see that this particular edge is going to produce before these supports hit it. We may actually want to go back and take care of that. However, if you think it'll be okay, you can roll with it. I'm going to roll with it. I like living dangerously, so we'll see what happens. For now, I'm going to hit print to build file. So I want to print to file. Even though I'm connected to the machine, I'm not actually going to send this directly to the machine and start printing. I'm going to print it for later use. So I'll go ahead and say print to build file. You can see I have some previous builds in here. I'm going to call this build 3. And I'm going to click save. When I do that, it's automatically going to name or put a suffix on the end with the particular resin that it was. That way, if you did this build slice at home or something of that nature, by the time you brought it to work or whatever, you would remember which resin it was. The machine won't let you build if you try to load a build that was sliced for like FTX green or FTX cast with a different type of resin, in this case FTX gray. And it will tell you that when you put the cartridge in the machine and you load the build file, it'll say that the two don't match, and it'll tell you to insert the proper resin into the machine. So we're just waiting for this thing to finish generating its build, and then it's going to be good to go. So this is one way that you can go ahead and slice and prepare the build now, and then actually go off and build the file later. Alright, so with the build file successfully finished and saved to disk, the next thing that we can do is we can go ahead and print directly to the machine. So I'm going to do it that way as well. Now if I wanted to load that build file for print, I would simply click the print from file, navigate to where I save my builds, load up build 3, click open. The system's going to warn me that, hey, it's about to start. It's going to build all these parts. You got to make sure that you've opened up the machine and there's a clean, dry build platform loaded on the machine and it's ready to print. If you have parts hanging on there or something of that nature, that build platform is going to move and smash them right into the bottom of your print cartridge and could possibly damage the print cartridge, causing the resin to leak all over the inside of the machine. You really don't want that experience to happen. So we're going to do a double take real quick and look over there and make sure everything's good, and it is, and I'm going to click yes that I want to go ahead and load this file to print. Now it's going to connect to the thing and it's going to go ahead and send this build file over. Once it starts to build, we're going to go ahead and stop it though, and we'll start a build a different way. So this is just one way that you can slice files and prepare them for build and then queue them up later. So now I can hear the machine is behind me. I can hear that the platform is engaged and it's starting to lower it down into the build position. I'm going to go ahead and click stop or abort build here, and I can hear that it has quit moving, and now the build platform is moving back to the top, and it's telling us that it has aborted. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and send the contents of this build file directly to the printer. So this is saying that we're not going to slice it to a physical VBF file, but we're actually just going to send the contents of the platform, slice them up, and send them directly over to the printer. So I'm going to go ahead and click Start Print, and the system needs to be connected and idle in order for that to work. So we'll go ahead and click Start. And what this is going to do is slice the entire build and just ship it directly over the Ethernet here into the printer. And it's telling me I've moved something above the platform extents. So let's go ahead. I must have bumped that around when we were doing our thing. So we'll make sure, oops, I turned that off. We'll make sure that I'll just go ahead and move this a little bit here. And let's go ahead and click Set on Platform, just in case. I like to just nudge it around. So everything should be fine there. And let's try that one more time. We'll click Finish, and that should update it. And let's go ahead and click Start Printer. And you can see it's going to go out and make sure that the printer's connected. It's giving us our warning message that we're about to start building. We want to go ahead and say yes, we're sure. And so it's going to generate the slice and then transfer it over to the machine for us. So now it's sliced, and it's going to go ahead and send those sliced files over the Ethernet to the system. And now the system will begin building. And once the system starts printing, we will see the system update down here with a progress to let us know how far along it is.